Okay, so we're going to start assembling this bike as much as I can while I'm still waiting for parts. I've got the front wheel done. New rim, new spokes, new bearings, new seals, new tire, new tube, the brand new wheel. I'm putting it on the forks here. I'm going to use the chain hoist to kind of help me out since I'm here by myself. We're going to try and get that up a little higher, help me get the wheel on. Okay, my enamel paint on the spring is dry enough to touch now, but one trick I like to do is just spray it with this. It's just a quick spray wax. Spray it down and then buff it with a nice clean cloth, and it will prevent you from putting fingerprints in your paint. It'll make it just a lot easier to handle, because sometimes this enamel takes a long time to be really hard. Once that spray wax dries, then you can handle it all you want. You won't put fingerprints in the paint. So we got the front end together, new fork guards. They weren't that much fun to put on. The wheel is new. I went for these Pro Taper SE bars, mainly because they were silver. The original bike would have had silver bars, but you can't find an original pair of handlebars anywhere, and you probably wouldn't want to use them. They're not strong enough. I'm not super happy about the yellow, but then I got looking. The spring is yellow, and the CR in the shrouds is yellow, so that's kind of a nice accent. So if you watched the first video in the series, I showed how this original Honda master cylinders broke beyond repair. I ended up getting this one off of eBay. It's a Chinese one. I've used them before. They work pretty good, except for the fact they don't say Nissan on them. They're a carbon copy. Also, with that kit, it came in a new caliper, which I probably won't use. Well, I might use the brake pads as long as they fit the original caliper. I'm money ahead right there. I think it was 67 bucks. Just master cylinder from Honda. This piece here was alone was $300. It did come with a new hose, but it's just not good enough. I'm not going to use it. Ordered a Russell hose. I'm not going to take chances. There's no outer sheath. It's just a piece of junk. This is an aftermarket lever and perch. When I looked at Honda, this piece, and this piece, it was going to cost me like close to $100 Canadian. So I ordered an aftermarket one because basically, as long as it's polished aluminum, it's going to look like it did factory. But I've got this factory clutch cover here, and it you know, depends how much money you want to spend on a bike. If you're trying to go new old stock, all proper parts, you could spend 10-15 grand like nothing. I'm trying to keep this build $5,000 to $6,000 range Canadian, so that'd be what, $400 to $4,500 US if you're in the States. They're not cheap to build, especially since the pandemic. Everything has gone up, and what are you gonna do? I'm already not having too much fun with this old caliper. I don't know who at Honda needs their ass kicked. Why they would think a flat bladed screw would be a good plug, I have no idea. They could have used so many other different designs, but they get hard to get out after they get old. I'm gonna try a bit of heat here. Gotta be careful you don't give it too much heat, or you're gonna melt the seals in here. No, it's not gonna come. If I really wanted this apart, I'd have to drill that out. Try and easy out. If not, drill it till I can pry it out. I'm making the decision. I'm just going to use the Chinese caliper. I'll box this up. All the original parts that come with a bike I'll keep. Then if I ever sell it, new owner says I want to put it back to stock, I'll say, here you go, you fight it. I can't complain about the fit. It bolted up perfectly. I'm going to put this swing arm in now. I purposely left the bolts on the engine loose to make it way easier to line this up with the shaft. I've got everything tight now. If you watched any of my previous videos, you'll know how bad that linkage used to be. Now it's just 100%. It's smooth, tight. Can't wait to take it for a ride. So moving on to the rear brake caliper and hose. I'm going to leave this all together and take it in the house and get a bucket of soapy water and some aluminum cleaner and clean it up that way. I'm going to leave it together. The hose I can shine up. There's nothing else wrong with it. I do have to change the pads. Now for whatever reason the back caliper didn't give me any problem on this little plug here. Probably because the rear brakes wear out faster than the fronts and it's been apart before. Let's hope this comes apart. Oh, yes. Almost nothing left of them. So I'm going to back that piston up all the way with a pair of pliers. So you can see the piston is all the way extended almost. So I'm going to spray some WD-40 on there and try to clean it a bit. And I'm going to back the piston up with a pair of pliers. I'm going to use a rag out here so I don't mar up the outside of the caliper. Anyway, this is all going in a bucket of soapy water for a while. I'm going to get it cleaned up and then get it on the bike. Got this caliper cleaned up. I don't know, this part comes apart. It's so the caliper can slide back and forth as the pads wear. I've just got them apart, and it's always a good idea to grease these pins so that they don't seize up. Okay, the caliper is cleaned up. I'm going to put the new pads in. Hopefully you can see it. The sunlight's murder here right now. I've got these little stainless steel clips in to hold pads, and the stainless steel original backing plates, whatever they call them. Hopefully you can see this. Okay, I got the pin in and the plug in. I didn't put it super tight because the next guy's going to appreciate that. New brake pads are in. It's cleaned up. I use this product here. It's called Auto Glim. It's vinyl and rubber care, and that's what I basically use to clean all my rubber parts. So everything's cleaned up there. Once the bike is together, I'll probably flush some new brake fluid through it. For now, I left the system closed so no contaminants can enter, but once it's all together, I'll put fresh brake fluid in it. But for now, this is ready to go back on the bike. Also brand new from Honda. I don't know why Honda's like that. You can get some stuff for a lot of years. Other stuff, forget it after maybe 2-3 years. Also new from Honda. The old one was cracked and yellow. These weren't real expensive parts, so I was glad to find them. That's going to be it for this episode. I've made quite a bit of progress on assembling this motorcycle. I'm over the hump on it. There's still a long way to go, but I'm kind of running out of parts. I'm going to go down there and visit Charlie at CJR Suspension in Calgary next week. He's going to have a look at this shock. Hopefully it just needs to be serviced, oil and seal and whatnot. And I might take a look at the carburetor and put the rebuild kit in there. So stay tuned for that, and thanks for watching.